This is MvM. Grab cash, upgrade your stuff, and shoot robots. But what if you shot other humans instead? Each round, you start with 700 credits. Each kill rewards your team with 15 credits. You also have canteens, buybacks, and the medic shield. And the meta was not the gas passer. It was actually the engineer who far and away dominated the meta. For one simple reason, his upgrades massively outpace everyone else's. For just 400 credits, you can already have a 1296 health sentry. The sentry doubles in health with the first building health upgrade, then triples in health for free with the Wrangler. On the flip side, for 400 credits, Soldier only gets a measly 25% increase in damage. There is simply no way to keep up with the insane amount of health the sentry has. Then factor in Rescue Ranger, instant building redeploy, and upgrade canteens, which also only costs 50 credits, and there is no possible argument that the engineer isn't the main character of this anime. Look, he literally just walks up and puts it down and wins the game. So the entire metagame can be summarized as an ecosystem around either helping or killing the engineer, or helping or killing sentries. We actually weren't all forced to play engineer because in such a scenario, red team would just win every time. Even though engineers have instant redeploy, blue players would still have to go move it into position, which is enough of an edge for red sentries to win. So blue team has to do something to counter engineer, which then necessitates some of red team counter engineer. So in the end, it boiled down to engineer, medic, pyro, soldier, and spy. Medic was obviously good for supporting the engineer, uber to let the engineer plop a sentry down. Canteen specialist, a 200 credit upgrade that allows you to share your canteen with your heal target, to save your engineers in tricky situations. And the shield, which blocks damage and hurts people, but not buildings, so it was best used to protect your buildings and engineers. Using it in a push so your engineers can establish sentries in the area, or protect sentries from spam. Pyro has the infamous gas passer, which with this upgrade deals 350 damage if you get hit while gassed. But it was actually kinda whatever because of two main weaknesses. First, players don't move in packs like MvM robots. Instead, they spread out, so in most cases, you'd only catch 1 or 2 players. And more importantly, sentry meta. The gas has no effect on buildings. The pyro is useless against sentries. It's still good to toss it into a sentry nest to make it easier to kill the engineers keeping them up. But because there are guaranteed to be sentries everywhere, the gas passer was basically relegated to simply being a really good spy killer and mild area denial. Soldier was good for taking down sentries. You'd think the demo would fulfill this role better, but he doesn't. Because of the insane amount of health a sentry can have, up to 2,592 effective health, full building health upgrades, and the Wrangler. Spamming down a sentry is only practical by continuously shooting at it from miles away. If you shoot at it from up close, the engineer's teammates would get you. And stickies take too long to charge, so Soldier made the most sense. He was also good with crits canteens to snipe engineers. But the bazooka turned out to be useless since you're shooting from long range. And spy. Upgrading weapons wasn't worth it, which was actually a massive benefit. You could instead dump credits into damage resistances and movement speed, which made him a very fast and highly survivable mosquito. He was good for countering soldiers spamming sentries, or medics with the shield, since they would have to look forward to use the shield. This was also a rare instance where the red tape recorder was worth using. Since the stock sapper takes a decade to destroy a sentry, the recorder had a decent chance of actually causing some damage. So those were the most impactful classes. As for the other classes, they weren't good for pretty simple reasons. Scout is super countered by sentries. Demo was outclassed by the soldier. Heavy gets demolished by the gas passer. And Sniper dies to the light speed spy, outclassed by the gas passer, and countered by the shield and resistances. Explosive headshots were also pointless because people don't group up like robots. So MvM upgrades and normal tf2, you get Uncle Dane's Wet Dream.
And it was totally, like, oh, I'm machining